guys like our president? Wait a minute, do you like our president? Okay, listen, I'm Woody Woodrum from the California Screaming Eagles. Before I get started, I want to go off script just a second. My friend Dawn Wildman is sitting over here. Dawn, would you stand up for just a moment, please? Let me tell you, this lady back in 2008, she started one of the very first Tea Party movement that became a movement across the state of California, and without Dawn and her husband Jeff and the efforts that they put forward, we probably wouldn't be here today. So Dawn, thank you for your efforts. The next thing I'd like to do is to go off script a little bit. Are there some candidates in here? Could I have the candidates stand? We've got candidates over here, here. This, back here in the corner. This is why we're here. And by the way, I'm supporting Justin. I'm working with him. This young man is 19 years old. He has the Republican Party endorsement. And he is running, it's an open seat, so it's a special election, and those are really hard and difficult to win. So Justin, best of luck to you and everything. So listen, California Screaming Eagles, what's it about? Well, we are a group of people that, I'm a military guy, 22 years in the submarine service, and that's why I don't have any hair, but 22 years in the submarines, and I've got, almost all of my friends are military. Screaming Eagles, you've probably heard of them before, 101st Airborne and U.S. Army paratroopers. What did we use them for? In World War II, they jumped in behind enemy lines. They softened up the enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in California. We are behind enemy lines. So that's why we took the name California Screaming Eagles. Now, I'd like everybody to get their phone out. Normally people say, don't do anything with your phones, keep them off and everything. I want you to get your phone out, and I want you to get your camera. You like our president, right? I work with the executive office of the White House. And we have these meetings and we have these phone calls and we put things out. So what I want you to do is get your camera and I want you to take a picture of this. No, I want you to take a picture. You don't need a picture of me. This is what I want you to take a picture of. Now then, I want you to go to your message app on your phone and I want you to put in 53445, that's the 2. And then in the message, type in CASE. That stands for California Screaming Eagles. You're going to get 2 messages back. One of them is going to be a message from me saying that you signed into this, and you're going to get something from me about every 4 weeks or so. I'm not going to inundate you with text messages or anything. And you can stop at any time that you want to. So the first one will be from me. The second one will be from the executive office of the White House so that you can get some of the same messages that I'm getting from the White House, and you can be ahead of the other things that are going on in the United States. CASE, type in the word CASE, California Screaming Eagles. Yeah, so the number would be in the 53445. And then you type in CASE and send it. You know, one of the other things that we did, we talked about illegal immigration a little while ago. There is some hope for the Republican Party. When I brought this up to the GOP here a while back, I put a resolution in that we wanted to support California, the state of California wanted to support the president's agenda on immigration policy. And we have 1,140 delegates that were at the convention. And for once in a very, very few times, we had consensus. The entire Republican Party accepted that as one of the resolutions. So there is some hope for the Republican Party. And with people like you that are supporting, and the people like you that are supporting these candidates you saw earlier, we're going to be able to do something. Now, a lot of people say, we've been talking today about doing something. What can we do? How can we do this? And unfortunately, a lot of us don't know what to do or how to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do something. One of the things that we've done, there's 80 state assembly districts in the state of California. There's 40 state senate districts. Out of those 120 seats, we have about 35 of them that are registered Republicans, and some of those are the rhinos. But we've got to do something about changing that. So my goal in the California Screaming Eagles is to set up a group in each one of these state assembly districts. And when we do this, what we have is we have a tool. Now, this is a tool that you can use from your home. So we've got our California Screaming Eagles here, and we have this on the website, and it's password protected, so you can't get into it unless you've got like 3 or 4 different passwords and stuff. So we want you to get into this, and if you're willing to do this and get behind these candidates, and you say, well, how can I get behind the candidates? Well, what we've done is we've set this up, and we've kind of demystified this political process. So you look here, this is the State Assembly District, or the County of San Diego and the State Assembly Districts, and these are the leaders. And my leaders on California Screaming Eagles are sitting over. Would you guys stand up? This is the San Diego people. These are the California Screaming Eagles from San Diego. And they came up here to be here at this event. And that's my gorgeous wife over there. We've only been married for 42 years, and it's not nearly long enough. Anyway. So anyway, we have this tool that we put up online. Now, this is in the area that I live in, and I happen to live in Pacific Beach. And how many people know their state assembly district? How many know their state congressional district, the state senate district? How many know their congressional district? How many know your supervisory district? How many of you know your zip code? See, that's what we're doing. We're demystifying. You notice across top, we've got all the zip codes. So what we made this into is something that you can go online, that our groups can go in there, and they can point and click, literally point and click, and come up with voters. Now, there's 8 million registered Democrats in the state of California. There's about 5 million registered Republicans. There's also about 5 million declined to state. And then there's a mixture of the Green Party and the Communist Party and some others like that. That's about another 800,000. We did some research a couple of years ago and looked at these declined to state. We noticed that there were a number of declined to state that had left the Republican Party. In San Diego County, there were 57,000 people. We got 1.6 million voters in San Diego County. We had 57,000 of them change their voter registration from Republican to declined to state. There were also, in that same period, 54,000 Democrats. 110,000 people just in San Diego County. So my wife, Donna, ran a poll. We started making phone calls to these people. We called up 10,000 people. And you know what the message was that we got from every one of them? The same thing that Ronald Reagan said. They didn't leave the party left them. They were frustrated with politics in California. And you all know what politics is. Poly comes from the Greek word meaning many, and ticks are those little blood-sucking insects. And this is something that we have to do. We have to get rid of those little blood-sucking insects up in Sacramento. We have to start with Sacramento, and that's why we're focusing on the state assembly districts and the state senate districts to take back the state of California. Would you like to make California golden again? Would you like to do something and get on board to help California become the great state that it used to be? All right, then I want you to go over and talk to my wife sometime or another before we leave today and get signed up on our list so that you can get on this and become part of this. Now, as I take this and I take it a little bit further, I'm going to show you a little bit more in this. This is where we run this information out. And you can see that we've got the nonpartisan. It tells you how many nonpartisans are in these various different neighborhoods. And so it also tells you the number of houses. Now, we've talked about the Election Integrity Project. Probably one of the most important projects that's going on. We have been supporting them for years, and I want to continue supporting them. How can we do that with what we're doing here? Well, if we come up and we print out, now this is a printout of just of these nonpartisans that we just had, and this is public information. There's nothing private here. This is public information. It tells us how the people are registered to vote. It tells us when they voted. It tells us if they voted by absentee ballot or if they voted at the polls. It doesn't tell them how they voted. It just tells what way they voted. And it tells you the age of them, and it gives you a phone number in some cases, and it gives you an email in some cases. So if we can call these people, or if we can send an email to these people, or better yet, if you want to go through and just look at your street and come up with the people in your street and see who your neighbors are and go and find out from them, does this person live there? So imagine this. I walk up to a door, and I knock on the door, and I'm saying, hi, I'm here to see Woody. I'm working for Justin. He's running for State Assembly District. And the guy stands there and looks at me and says, Woody? He says, I don't know who this Woody guy is. I'm sorry, didn't realize that. How long have you lived here? Do you mind me asking that? I've lived here for about 6 years. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have bothered you. And I hand him a little piece of paper that talks about my meeting group or something like that. And then I take that voter information and I give that to the Election Integrity Project. And we turn it back into the County Registrar of Voters, and we get that voter temporarily removed from the voter rolls. We can stop election fraud at the beginning of the process instead of waiting until after it's happened. But what does this take? Time. It takes people to do this. When I ran the Trump campaign, they asked me to be the chairman for the volunteers. And I thought that was, one of the most godforsaken jobs that's ever happened. How many of you guys have asked for volunteers before? Yeah. Great job, isn't it? Well, in the Trump campaign, what I found out was that there were so many people that were so frustrated with what's going on in our state, and that there were so many people that were just appalled at what's going on in our nation, that they wanted to help. They were looking for leadership. They were looking for what to do and how to do it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you are. You are the leaders. And we're giving you the tools to actually do something. I'm not telling you what the problems are. I'm giving you a solution to the problems. All it takes is a little bit of effort. I'm not asking for hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or anything like that. I'm asking you for a little bit of time to make some phone calls, to send some emails. And like Mary Kay says, how many of you heard of Mary Kay? Mary Kay Cosmetics, what does she say? Great marketing ploy. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And why is that? Because your friends know you, they trust you, and they believe what you tell them. So I want to leave you with this thought. I pray for the liberals in the state of California every night. Now, that may sound kind of funny because I'm a very conservative person, but I pray for them every night. I pray Psalm 109, verse 8. May their days be few and another take their office. God bless you and thank you.